also said was, if you told me before the game that the Chiefs are going to score 25 points in 5 quarters, I would say, we'll take it. I'm a 49er fan. You absolutely are taking it. You're going to be in an overtime game, and the Chiefs are going to end up with 25 points after playing 75 minutes of football. If you're a Niner fan, you're taking it. So the defense played well enough for the 49ers to win the game. It's also true that the 49ers had a shot to get a stop on 2 possessions late in the game, and they would have won the game. It's like Steph Curry. When he's 13 for 21. He's having a hell of a game, and he's got a shot to win the game. It might be a tough shot, whatever, and he doesn't hit the shot. Doesn't mean he didn't play well for 4 quarters. No, he kept us in it for 4 quarters, but he had a shot, and the 49ers defense had a couple shots. They played well, just not quite shutting the door. And you could say that about every player and the special teams.
Yeah.
Guess what? For 2 games, that ball on the punt hit a guy in the foot on the other team.
Wow, damn.
It hit your guy's foot yesterday.
Wow. We got super chat of 1999.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
This for you from T.
Oh.
Steiny, stop it. It should have never gotten to that point of OT if this offense had that killer instinct from the start. I agree. Beating Mahomes defensively beating Mahomes defensively only without offense help is rare. They don't call him the GOAT in this generation just to talk.
Well, the bottom line is the 49ers lost the Super Bowl yesterday, and they lost the NFC Championship game a year ago, essentially because their offensive line got manhandled.
And
like, why can't we talk about that?
It's on my list. You are right. Like, they were bad yesterday.
This is what I mean. Like, nobody – there's no finger pointing to me.
No, well,
just weren't good enough yesterday.
Yeah.
Let me ask 49er fans in your heart of hearts, watching this team in the last 4 weeks, 3 playoff games, were we, and I'll say that just this way, were we really a Super Bowl team? Did we look like a Super Bowl winning team in the postseason? I would just say no, we just didn't play well enough.
I agree with you with that.
That's all I'm saying.
No doubt. But I will say this. I hate that they went up 10. Steiny, I wish it would have been 13 or 14. Because now, again, I just keep running this in the ground. Well, it's not me. It's out there. Well, another 10. It was 10-0. It
was in the first.
Yeah, I understand.
The first half of an NFL
I texted
game.
Evan, could it have been 14?
In the first half of an NFL game.
Why did it have to be 10?
When each team had 14 possessions each after.
Yeah, I hear you, and I know what you're breaking down about the one stop. But, Steiny, when you look at this whole game, it was teetering and trying to get away from Kansas City to where the Niners, had they been on their A game offensively, this thing could have been put out of reach to where you can afford to have a blunder on special teams. And that's what didn't happen.
Why won't you give the Chiefs defense credit for – this is kind of what I mean. So all year long, the weaponry. Why can't we say, you know what, the Chiefs shut it down? Like the Chiefs, the Niners should have been up more. Why? The Chiefs shut down the 49ers offense.
So did the Packers for a half. Oh. So did the Lions for a half. And I thought those were just anomalies. And now I'm looking around, to your point, I'm thinking do they need some? I heard the guys in the morning, Butch and Bonte, somebody to stretch the D. No, what they need, let me tell you what they need pre-draft. O-linemen. Steiny, because Purdy, if we're going to blame Purdy for being under duress because Chris Jones comes unblocked at the 9-yard line on the big third, and you pick up that first down, Steiny, you probably win the game with a kick. That's what was on the line. And not to have him blocked is negligence. So I don't know who to blame that on. But the O-line was not ready yesterday, and Trent Williams, he was on the ground more than Roberto Duran.
Yeah. Let's go to consultant in Walnut Creek. Apparently, the consultant needs a consultant. What's up, consultant?
What's up, guys?
Hey, man.
Look, man. Look, at the end of the day, I think there's games that you're going to be sad, and then there's games that you should be mad. And if we had lost the Green Bay game, and if we had lost the Detroit game, those are games I would have been mad because we did not show up. We gave them a ton of opportunities. And those just didn't look like Niner games, in the way that we've been playing all season. Last night's game, last night, I'm just sad. Wow. And I'm sad because, at the end of the day, in a game like this was two heavyweights. By far the best team in the NFC over the last 5 years, consistency-wise and talent-wise, against the best team in the AFC over the last 6 years. And it was two heavyweights battling it out for 74 minutes in a 60-minute game, and we lost. And you can nitpick in a game like football or in any sport. You can nitpick. In games like this, You can nitpick so many different things.
Exactly.
You're going to go insane if you nitpick. There were 4 major errors in this game, like happened in every game, and each team made 2. 1 fumble each, the muff punt, even though that wasn't a muff, whatever you call it, when it bounced off someone's ankle, and Mahomes' interception. And I would say, if you really look at this game, the Chiefs had the best remaining statistical defense in the league. They have what I would consider to be one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, if not the greatest. We'll see what happens, but one of the greatest. And they could not take down our team in 73 minutes of football. Our team, with no Deebo Samuels, with his injury, Kittle, who was obviously injured, they've been talking about his toe injury the whole time. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying. We lose Greenlaw to a freak Achilles tear on a celebration, and they couldn't take us down for 73 minutes. So why am I sad? I'm sad because our team played so hard. They gave it everything. I got no one to blame. I don't think there were huge strategic errors. You can get 51-49 on any call. At the end of the day, they beat us in the 74th minute because yesterday they were better. 6 out of 10 times that the Chiefs play the Niners, the Chiefs are going to win because they got Mahomes and they had the best defense left in the league. We would have won 4 of them, and yesterday was one of the 6.
Hey,
that's why it hurts.
Hey, let me ask you this before you go, and I appreciate your honesty.
Yeah, man.
But real quick, what about the sequence in the third quarter where you ran 9 plays? 8 of them were pass plays. If somebody's just sitting next to you and says, where was McCaffrey? How do you answer that?
Yeah. This is how to answer this question, man. Look, at the end of the day, this is what I was saying. There was only 4 mistakes made. When you go back in a game like this that took 74 minutes to win, where you had 2 amazing teams battling it out, and you question what I would consider to be 51%, 49% gameplay calls, it is what it is. I mean, you could pick every single play on every game that you don't score a touchdown on. So in this particular case, McCaffrey had 160 yards, right? 80 catching, 80. He was a huge part of the game plan. At the end of the day, you gotta spread it out a little bit. They're stacking 8, 9 in the box.
Yeah.
And you got to keep these drives going. I mean, so it's a 51-49. Sure, it didn't work. So yeah, we can go the other way. But in real time, game time, you don't play games in hindsight. You play games at the moment. And I don't think there were calls made that you're like, oh my gosh, that was so obviously you should have done that. Like
I'm with you.
Like beast mode running the ball on 1 yard line in the Super Bowl. That's an obvious call. There were no obvious mistakes in this game. There were 51-49% plays that go either way. We lost. It sucks. I'll just leave on one thing, guys. We are 4 minutes away from talking about the Niners instead of losing 3 Super Bowls to winning 3.
That makes it hurt worse, I have to imagine.
Appreciate the call.
Yeah. Hey, another super chat real quick, Steiny. Bill M, $10. Yeah. T is right. This game should have never gone to OT. The D was fine, but certainly got tired, and that's right. Our O-line is a big issue, and to that, Steiny, I'm going to throw this at you. If George Kittle's being a part of the passing game is because he needs to stay in and block, then Houston being San Francisco, we got a problem, and we need to bolster the O-line. If that means 85, we can't use him because we can't do this or that because he has to help us. I've been preaching that for a long time, Steiny. They got to bolster up this O-line.
I mean, honestly, and if he were such a great pass-catching threat, they would make sure to have him be a pass-catching threat like more. He's a great blocker.
That game has to hurt. I know they all do Super Bowl, Steiny, but damn, man.
The thing I'm focused on, the game never should have gone into overtime. Why not? Why? What did I?
Kansas City should have won it. I don't know what Reed was doing.
Why shouldn't it have gone into overtime? What does that mean?
I think during the 60 minutes of gameplay, the Niners, for 49 minutes of that game.
They didn't cash in.
Exactly.
Okay, it's part of football.
But they were at the window. They were at the window and lost the chip.
No, they weren't at the window and lost the chip. No, they weren't. The game was a coin flip. They didn't make the play.
They dominated the first half and should have been up.
They did? That's not the game I saw.
They bludgeoned the Chiefs on both sides of the ball in the first half.
Let me tell you what's not bludgeoning.
It should have been more than 10-3. Well, it was 10-3 at half.
Well, why wasn't it?
I don't have those answers.
I do. The Chiefs' defense is good. It's really good, and the 49ers offense maybe isn't as good as everybody thought.
But the 49ers offense,
they weren't good in the postseason.
But they moved the ball, Steiny. It wasn't like the Chiefs.
Well,
and I'm not saying the Chiefs defense was bad. I'm saying the Niners moved the ball, and then when it was money time, they couldn't do nothing.
Right, and so in the first quarter and second quarter, when they're getting nothing, any sensible sports fan says, well, they're in trouble because they're not scoring right now. Like, that's part of football. You don't push it through, and you're only up 10-3, and you think you should be up 20-6. Guess what? You're not. Yeah. You know why? Because you didn't score. Like, you got to score. I'm sorry.
Get mad. Yeah.
I get, and it's word choice, but you can't dominate a half and be up 10-3. Sorry. I mean, of course you can. The other team commits 3. Fine. Okay. Congratulations.
No, I hear what you're saying.
The 49ers bludgeoned them in the first half.
I hear what you're saying, and you're right.
Right. They were up 10-3. So
Kansas City probably felt good about being down 7 as bad as they played.
It's like we talk about the Warriors. Well, Warriors are playing unbelievable. They're playing great lately. Okay, they're 5-5 over the last 10.
Right.
I mean, but by the way, the Warriors are playing better. I've used the Warriors as an example.
Boy.
The Warriors are playing better.
They are hooping.
Yeah.
Curry.
Like, in a way, like this to me of the last 3 Super Bowls, and I get why people would say it's the most painful, and the same reason that it wouldn't be painful for me, I get why it is. And it's because, to me, this was the one, this was a better shot than the other two, believe it or not. I feel like that. Do you guys feel like that?
I totally do.
By the same token, like, that's why it hurts, because I do think they had a better shot yesterday than in their previous 2, one with Jim Harbaugh and one with Shanahan. And they had a million opportunities, just didn't. Like, they didn't. This is a game that in the this is a game where the Lions fans, they are going to be pissed off all offseason once they really start thinking about it.
Wow.
And then, but the Lions are going to say, man, we had 17 opportunities to win that game. So did the Niners yesterday.
And you know what? Just hearing you say that makes me wonder if the Niners, just to get to this game, used up all their magic. And you look at that. Was that the flukest turnover?
No.
To where you said,
they won a game 2 weeks ago when a ball bounced off a dude's face mask. That's football.
And that's why I'm saying the Roosters coming home, the chickens coming home to roost is all.
Well, if it's bad luck, bring back the same team. You know what? If it's just bad luck,
and I want to hear somebody tell me, because I've been going at it since last night, Steiny, what Brock Purdy could have did differently. The O-line was getting handled. What could he have done? Oh, you could have threw 2 touchdowns, Goo. My point is, he wasn't the reason you lost. I think it was play calling. I'll wait for Willard on the changeover, because, again, I got something for the situation.
Nobody made a play. Not one guy on that team made a play when they needed it. Not one. Not one. Who made the biggest play for the Niners yesterday?
Yeah.
I mean, McCaffrey had the best game, I guess. But, like, that's what I mean. Like
Debo was – they threw it to him. I got it right here. Like, where was I just got questions. Ayuk, 3 catches for 49 yards. Debo Samuel, Steiny, 3 for 33, and George Kittle 2 for 4. And I'm up here banging the drum about this might be the most lethal offense in the game.
Okay.
I need to revisit that. It's in the file now. Like, but the O-line is that's the one thing I take from this. If Brock Purdy's going to ever be that guy, he needs time. I just feel bad for the Niners. This is 3 Super Bowls in a row they've lost. And it's one thing to lose 38-10, Steiny, but damn, when it's right there and it's flirting with you and you're thinking about the parade and you know,
I'm out.
5-1 Steiny.
I hate
5-1
you guys for
Steiny.
that.
I call BS. 49ers did dominate the first half, but the offense held us back with penalties and fumble for. Okay, fine.
But they didn't, because I'm riding with you.
That's
How
great.
can you dominate up 10-3?
Yeah.
How can you dominate if you're up 10-3?
Fine. You dominated 5-1-0.
I'm going to give you that.
Who cares? It's just like, man, the Warriors had great shots. Oh, my God. They had so many wide open threes. They didn't make any, but they dominated the first half. Like, okay, I'll give it to you. You dominated the first half.
But
then you didn't cash in like you should have.
You just don't like the narrative that it's my life. You just don't like the Niners let this one get away more than the Chiefs wanted.
I think the Chiefs won this game. I think the 49ers got beat. 49ers got, to me, when I look at that, there's nobody to blame. I mean, and if you want to blame somebody, honestly, I'd blame Kyle. I'd blame Purdy. Certainly blame Kittle. Oh, my God, Trent Williams.
That was his worst game as a Niner.
He gets blame. Debo Samuel, blame. I mean, just does. We can go from there.
And where do you go from here now if, and I'm looking at the odds for next year, the Niners are favored to win the Super Bowl, but Niner fans don't want to hear that right now again. And this guy's going nowhere. So now, what if they would have pulled this off? You're going to laugh.
They didn't.
Patrick Mahomes might have a rival.
They didn't.
Now, this dude's always going to be in your way, allegedly.
Okay, make a move.
But I don't know what that is. I just know the old line needs bolstering.
Okay.
You might need another. And what about Greenlaw? He ain't going to be ready at the start of net. I know nobody wants to hear that, but that's why I say Macbeth, the tragedy. I know it's sports tragedy, Steiny. I appreciate you on that one. But you know what I mean? The heartbreak. When's Kyle going to get it?
Oh, see, don't go overboard with that. Because this is where, listen, the Bay Area fans are smart enough to know, I try to be really objective. I'm not a fan. They know where you're coming from. The last thing 49ers want to sense or smell, their fans, is either you or me being patronizing to them.
Oh, no.
We won't do that.
Oh, no. So you heard Baldy say it to us in Vegas. When's he going to kick in the door?
Right. But so I'm gonna protect your relationship with Bay Area 49er fans and not allow you to overly patronize them.
I don't need you because I don't do that. It's not my arsenal. Well, I do it at home.
Coming up at 11:30, Guru with a 5-minute soliloquy on how bad he feels for 49er fans because he knows.
But if you were a Niner fan, wouldn't you feel bad? Wouldn't you? Seriously, Steiny, this one hurts. Okay. They all hurt, but this one hurts.
Yeah, and I have a friend, Derek Petrak, whose Lions lost 2 weeks ago, and that hurt every bit as much.